Hey dreamers! Welcome to Dream Speak English. In every video, we explore stories that bring English to life. Today's journey takes us into a quiet woodland path at night. Let's get started. Part 1. Entering the forest's embrace. The woodland path begins where the open meadow ends. Two figures stand at the edge, where grass meets shadow. Their long garments catch the last traces of twilight, fabric moving gently in the evening breeze. The woman's dress flows to her ankles, pale fabric that seems to gather what little light remains. The man beside her wears a coat that reaches past his knees, dark cloth that blends into the gathering dusk. They pause here, at this threshold between the known world and the forest's deeper mysteries. Forests have always held a special place in human imagination. Long before cities rose from the earth, before roads connected distant lands, woodlands covered vast portions of our world. Early humans lived at the forest's edge, venturing into its depths for food, for shelter, for the resources that sustained life. These ancient people learned to read the forest signs, which plants could heal, which animals moved through the undergrowth, where water flowed between the trees. The couple takes their first steps onto the path. Immediately, the world changes. The open sky narrows to glimpses between branches. The evening air grows cooler, carrying the scent of moss and fallen leaves. Their footsteps make soft sounds against the earth, rhythmic and steady. Walking has always been humanity's most natural form of movement, the pace at which our bodies feel most at home in the world. Stories from every culture speak of forests as places of transformation. In European folklore, forests served as the setting for profound change, where ordinary people encountered magic, where princes became beasts, where lost children discovered hidden houses made of sweets and danger. The brothers Grimm collected hundreds of tales where forests stood as the space between one life and another, between childhood and adulthood, between the familiar and the unknown. The path ahead curves gently to the left, disappearing around a stand of ancient oaks. Moonlight filters through the canopy above, creating patterns on the ground that shift as branches move in the wind. These patterns remind us of lace, of delicate embroidery, of light painting pictures on the forest floor. The woman's dress catches this light as she walks, becoming briefly luminous before falling back into shadow. Japanese culture celebrates forests in ways that reveal deep understanding. The practice of Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, recognizes that spending time among trees brings measurable benefits to human health. The Japanese word kamaribi describes sunlight filtering through leaves, a concept so specific and beautiful that it needed its own name. Even at night, when moonlight takes the place of sun, this quality persists, the way light fractures and softens as it moves through layers of leaves and branches. The couple walks slowly, taking their time. There is nowhere they must be, no schedule pressing them forward. This deliberate pace allows them to notice things: the texture of bark on nearby trees, the rustle of small creatures in the undergrowth, the way shadows pool in certain places where the canopy grows thick. Walking at this speed changes how the mind works. Thoughts slow down. The constant rush of daily concerns begins to fade. Ancient Greek philosophers understood the connection between walking and thinking. Aristotle taught his students while walking through the Lyceum's covered walkways. His followers became known as the Peripatetics, from the Greek word meaning to walk about. These thinkers discovered that movement helps ideas flow, that the rhythm of steps somehow loosens the mind's tighter knots. The path narrows slightly. Tree roots rise from the earth, creating natural steps that require attention. The man reaches back, offering his hand. The woman takes it, their fingers intertwining as they navigate these gentle obstacles together. Partnership in movement creates its own language, a conversation conducted through touch and shared rhythm rather than words. Celtic peoples saw forests as sacred spaces. The ancient Druids held their most important ceremonies among oak groves, believing these trees connected earth and sky. The word Druid itself may come from roots meaning oak knowledge. For the Celts, forests represented wisdom accumulated over centuries, knowledge stored in the rings of ancient trees, in the patterns of growth and decay, in the endless cycle of seasons. Above them, the canopy creates a natural ceiling, branches interlacing like the beams of a cathedral. This comparison appears often in literature, forests as nature's churches, places that inspire quiet reverence. The tall trunks rise like columns, supporting the leafy dome overhead. Even the quality of sound changes here, becoming softer, more intimate, as if the trees themselves absorb the harsh edges of noise. The woman's garment brushes against ferns growing beside the path. These plants have existed for millions of years, unchanged in their essential form. They were here when dinosaurs walked the earth, and they persist now, patient and green. Touching them creates a physical connection to deep time, to the long story of life on this planet. Studies in environmental psychology reveal how forests affect human emotion. Heart rates slow among trees. Blood pressure decreases. Stress hormones drop to lower levels. The body recognizes forests as safe spaces, places where threats diminish. Our nervous systems, shaped by millions of years of evolution, remember that forests offered shelter, food, and sanctuary to our distant ancestors. Part 2. The rhythm of movement and breath. The couple's pace settles into a steady rhythm. Left foot, right foot, breath in, breath out. Walking creates patterns that the body recognizes and loves. This rhythmic movement activates something ancient in human physiology, something that predates language and complex thought. Psychologists who study movement have discovered fascinating things about walking. The act of putting one foot in front of another, repeated over and over, induces a mild meditative state. The brain's default mode network activates during walking, the same neural pathways involved in daydreaming, in memory consolidation, in creative problem-solving. Walking frees the mind to wander, but in purposeful ways. The path leads them past a small clearing where moonlight pools on the forest floor. Wildflowers grow here, their petals closed for the night. During daylight hours, these flowers turn toward the sun, following its path across the sky through a process called heliotropism. Now, in darkness, they rest, conserved and still, waiting for dawn's return. The man's coat moves with his steps, fabric swaying in rhythm with his gait. Clothing in motion creates its own aesthetic, one that humans have always found appealing. Long garments emphasize movement, making walking visible in ways that shorter clothes cannot. Medieval tapestries often depicted figures in flowing robes, capturing not just appearance but the grace of movement itself. Bilateral movement, the alternating action of left and right sides of the body, has therapeutic effects. Therapists sometimes use walking or similar bilateral activities to help people process difficult emotions or traumatic memories. The crossing pattern of movement, where the left arm swings forward with the right leg and vice versa, seems to integrate the brain's two hemispheres, promoting balance and calm. They pass beneath a particularly old tree, its trunk thick with age. Tree rings record history in circles, each ring representing 1 year of growth. Scientists who study these rings, dendrochronologists, can read stories of drought and plenty, of harsh winters and gentle springs, stretching back centuries. This tree has witnessed countless walks along this path, has seen seasons turn through cycles beyond human counting. The woman's breathing deepens, matching the pace of her steps. This synchronization of breath and movement brings oxygen flowing steadily to the blood, to the brain, to every cell. Oxygen feeds consciousness itself, sharpening awareness while simultaneously promoting calm. The paradox of walking lies here, in how it energizes and relaxes at once. Poets throughout history have written about walks. William Wordsworth composed verses while walking the Lake District, covering miles each day. His sister Dorothy noted that he preferred walking to riding, that the slower pace allowed him to observe nature more closely. The Romantic poets believed that walking brought them closer to truth, that movement through landscape revealed insights impossible to gain while stationary. The path descends slightly, following the contour of the land. Walking downhill requires different muscles than climbing, engages the body in new ways. The couple adjusts their pace, taking care on the gentler slope. Their shadows, cast by moonlight, stretch long before them, dark shapes moving across the forest floor like silent companions. Japanese novelist Haruki Murakami writes about the importance of routine movement. He runs regularly, finding that this repetitive physical activity allows his unconscious mind to work on creative problems. Walking serves similar purposes. The body occupies itself with simple, automatic movements, freeing the mind to process, to dream, to make unexpected connections. A night bird calls from somewhere in the canopy, its voice clear and musical. The sound carries through the still air, bouncing softly between trees. Birdsong represents one of the forest's most constant features, an acoustic signature that marks these places as distinct from open country or urban spaces. Each species has its own voice, its own pattern of calls and responses. The woman tilts her head slightly, listening. Focused listening changes consciousness, drawing attention outward from internal chatter to the world sounds. This shift represents a form of mindfulness, of present moment awareness. Ancient meditation practices often begin with listening, with following sounds as they arise and fade. The nervous system has two main branches, sympathetic and parasympathetic. The sympathetic system prepares the body for action, for fight or flight, increasing heart rate and sharpening senses. The parasympathetic system promotes rest, digestion, healing. Walking in nature, especially at a slow, steady pace, activates the parasympathetic system. The body interprets this activity as safe, as restorative rather than threatening. They walk through a section where the path widens, where two people can move side by side easily. The man's hand rests lightly at the small of the woman's back, a gesture both protective and companionable. Touch between trusted people releases oxytocin, sometimes called the bonding hormone. This chemical promotes feelings of trust, of safety, of connection. Anthropologists studying human evolution note that walking upright, bipedalism, changed everything for our species. Freed hands could carry tools, could hold children, could gesture in increasingly complex ways. Walking made us human in fundamental ways. The steady, upright gait that the couple demonstrates represents millions of years of evolutionary refinement. Part 3. Companions on the journey. The concept of companionship takes many forms across cultures. The Spanish word compañero comes from roots meaning one who shares bread, suggesting that true companions are those with whom we share sustenance, with whom we break bread and build life. The couple walking this woodland path embodies this ancient understanding, two people choosing to share a journey, to experience night and forest together rather than alone. Medieval pilgrims often traveled in groups, walking hundreds of miles to sacred sites. Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales explores how shared journeys create temporary communities, how walking together prompts storytelling, confession, and connection. The pilgrims in Chaucer's work come from different social classes, but the path makes them equals. Walking dissolves some of the boundaries that separate people in stationary life. The woman's garment catches on a low branch, and she pauses to free it. The man waits, patient and unhurried. This small moment illustrates partnership, how shared activities require accommodation, attention to the other's pace and needs. The strongest relationships develop through countless small adjustments, through learning each other's rhythms and preferences. In many indigenous cultures, walking represents a sacred act. Aboriginal Australians speak of songlines, paths across the landscape that follow the routes taken by ancestral beings during the dream time. Walking these paths while singing the associated songs allows people to navigate vast distances, using music and story as maps. The land itself becomes text, becomes narrative, becomes memory made physical. The path curves around a massive boulder, stones softened by moss and time. Obstacles like this require navigation, require walkers to adjust their route. Life itself resembles this, a path that rarely runs straight, that requires flexibility and willingness to adapt. The couple moves around the boulder smoothly, their shared experience allowing them to anticipate each other's movements. Chinese philosophy emphasizes the importance of walking as meditation. The practice of walking meditation, or kinhin, forms part of Zen Buddhist practice. Practitioners walk very slowly, coordinating each step with breath, maintaining full awareness of the body in motion. This practice teaches that meditation can occur anywhere, that sacred states of mind don't require stillness. The man's coat brushes against tall grass growing beside the path. These seed heads, heavy with grain, will feed birds and small mammals through the coming winter. The forest provides for its inhabitants through intricate networks of interdependence. Everything connects to everything else. Plants feed animals, animals distribute seeds, death feeds new life. Walking through this system, humans participate in these connections, become part of the forest's ongoing conversation. Literature across eras portrays journeys as metaphors for life itself. The ancient epic of Gilgamesh, humanity's oldest written story, centers on a journey. Homer's Odyssey follows Odysseus through years of wandering before he reaches home. In these stories, the journey matters as much as the destination. What characters learn along the way transforms them, prepares them for whatever comes next. The woman adjusts her pace slightly, and the man matches her immediately. This kind of attunement develops over time through many shared experiences. Couples who walk together regularly often find that they naturally synchronize, steps aligning, breathing matching, even heart rates moving into similar rhythms. Research in interpersonal physiology confirms these phenomena, showing how proximity and shared activity create biological harmony. African proverbs speak to the value of companionship. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The wisdom here recognizes that solo journeys allow for speed, but sustained travel requires partnership, requires the support and encouragement that companions provide. The couple demonstrates this understanding through their steady, unhurried progress. The path leads them past a fallen log, bark peeling away to reveal smooth wood beneath. This log provides habitat for countless organisms. Insects burrow into softening wood, fungi break down cellulose, salamanders find shelter in the decay. Death feeds life in forests, creating endless cycles of transformation. Walking past this log, the couple witnesses one moment in an ongoing process that stretches across decades. Persian poetry celebrates gardens and paths as spaces for love and contemplation. The medieval poet Rumi wrote often of journeys, of paths both literal and metaphorical. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love, he wrote. It will not lead you astray. The couple's choice to walk this path together, to share this quiet night, embodies that pull toward connection and beauty. Touch plays a crucial role in human bonding. Skin contains millions of nerve endings, receptors that detect pressure, temperature, texture. When the couple's hands touch, this flood of sensory information travels to the brain, signaling safety, signaling care. Neuroscientists studying touch have found that it reduces stress more effectively than words alone can manage. Part 4. Paths, Transitions, and the Forest's Voice. The path itself carries symbolic weight. In dreams, paths often represent life's direction, choices, and possibilities stretching ahead. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist who pioneered dream analysis, paid special attention to paths in dreams. He believed they revealed the dreamer's sense of purpose, their feeling about life's journey. A clear path suggests confidence. An overgrown path might indicate confusion or neglect. The couple approaches a place where the path forks, splitting into two directions. Such moments appear often in fairy tales and allegories. Robert Frost's famous poem, The Road Not Taken, explores this image, though many readers misunderstand its meaning. Frost described two paths as really about the same, suggesting that we often overestimate how much our choices matter, or retrospectively assign too much significance to decisions that felt arbitrary at the time. They choose the left path without discussion, moving together as if by silent agreement. This ease of decision-making reflects their shared understanding, their compatibility. Some relationships require constant negotiation, every choice becoming a potential conflict. Other relationships find natural harmony, preferences aligning without effort. Forest paths have practical origins. Animals create the first trails, following routes that offer food, water, safety. Deer paths wind through woodlands, connecting feeding grounds to bedding areas. Humans, when they enter forests, often follow these animal-made trails, widening them through repeated use. The path the couple walks may have begun centuries ago, worn into existence by countless footsteps. The woman's dress moves like water, fabric flowing and settling with each step. This fluid quality of movement has aesthetic power. Dancers study how garments move, how cloth can extend the body's lines and amplify gesture. The couple's long clothing creates visual poetry, turning their walk into something between dance and pilgrimage. Transitions mark human experience. We move from childhood to adulthood, from single life to partnership, from one career to another. Cultures develop rituals to acknowledge these transitions: weddings, graduations, initiations. Walking itself represents transition, the body moving from one place to another, the landscape flowing past. Each step marks a small ending and a small beginning. The moon rises higher, its light growing stronger. Moonlight transforms color, rendering the green forest in shades of silver and deep shadow. Photographic film registers moonlight differently than human eyes do, but both capture something ethereal, something other than daylight's clarity. Moonlit walks belong to romance and mystery, to stories where magic feels possible. A breeze moves through the canopy, creating sound. Trees speak in wind, each species with characteristic voice. Pine needles whisper. Oak leaves rustle more deeply. Aspen leaves, hung on stems that allow rotation, create a distinctive flutter that gave them their common name, trembling aspen. The couple walks through this acoustic environment, surrounded by the forest's quiet conversation. Soundscapes matter to human well-being. Acoustic ecologists study how different sound environments affect mood and health. Natural soundscapes, wind, water, bird calls, generally promote calm and focus. Urban soundscapes, traffic, machinery, human voices, often increase stress. The forest at night offers particular richness, layers of subtle sound that reward careful listening. The man's footsteps make a slightly different sound than the woman's. His shoes heavier, creating deeper notes against the earth. Together, their footsteps create rhythm, a pattern of sounds that marks their passage. Prehistoric humans may have coordinated their footsteps deliberately while traveling, creating cohesion through shared rhythm, making the group feel unified through sound. Night sounds emerge gradually. A distant owl calls, voice low and questioning. Small mammals move through undergrowth, creating rustles and scurries. Wind continues its work in the canopy. These sounds form the forest's nighttime composition, a performance that occurs every evening, audience or no audience. The path descends into a small hollow where cooler air has settled. The temperature drops noticeably, and the couple moves slightly closer together, sharing warmth. Human bodies generate heat constantly, a byproduct of metabolism. We are literally warm-blooded creatures, maintaining constant internal temperature despite external conditions. This warmth, shared between trusted people, creates comfort beyond mere physical sensation. Writers throughout history have used forests to represent the unconscious mind. The dark woods where one might lose one's way parallels how consciousness can lose itself in dreams, in memories, in fears. Dante's Divine Comedy begins famously, "In the middle of the journey of our life, I found myself in a dark wood, for I had lost the right path." The forest represents confusion, the place where usual landmarks disappear. But forests also offer transformation. Many fairy tales send protagonists into forests where they face challenges but emerge changed, strengthened. Hansel and Gretel survive the witch's house. Little Red Riding Hood learns about deception. Snow White finds shelter with 7 dwarfs. The forest tests, but also teaches. The couple climbs out of the hollow, following the path as it rises again. Their breathing deepens slightly with the effort, but remains steady. Uphill walking engages the largest muscles of the legs: quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes. This engagement sends signals throughout the body, activating systems that promote health and resilience. Part 5. The Path's Continuation. The woodland path continues, stretching ahead into darkness and moonlight. The couple walks on, their journey representing something larger than mere physical movement. They embody humanity's oldest story, 2 people choosing to walk together, to share experience, to witness night's beauty side by side. Forests at night hold particular magic. Daylight reveals everything, makes the world legible and mapped. Darkness returns mystery, suggests possibilities beyond the visible. Our ancestors knew this, gathering around fires after sunset, telling stories that helped them make sense of darkness and the unknown. The woman's pale dress catches light again, becoming briefly luminous as they pass through a moonlit gap in the canopy. Beauty occurs in these moments, fleeting, unplanned, the result of conditions aligning by chance. The couple might not even notice this beauty themselves, absorbed in their walking, in their quiet companionship. Beauty exists whether witnessed or not. The path ahead curves gently, inviting continuation. Paths do this. They pull us forward, suggesting that something interesting lies around the next bend. This quality makes paths perfect metaphors for hope, for the sense that life continues, that new experiences await. Birds settle for the night, their daytime songs replaced by occasional sleepy chirps. Nocturnal creatures begin their activities, owls hunting, foxes prowling, moths navigating by moonlight and scent. The forest never sleeps entirely. It shifts rhythms, changes caste, but continues its essential functions. The couple's shadows stretch and shrink as they walk beneath varying canopy cover. Shadows remind us of substance, of the solid world's response to light. The man's shadow and the woman's shadow sometimes merge, sometimes separate, sometimes walk ahead of them like silent guides. Research into nature exposure reveals consistent benefits. Time spent in forests reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. It lowers blood pressure and heart rate. It improves sleep quality and mood. These benefits accumulate. Regular forest visits provide more benefit than occasional trips. The couple's walk contributes to their well-being in ways that extend far beyond the immediate experience. The path remains clear despite the hour, worn by many feet over many years. Paths persist through use. Abandoned paths quickly fade, reclaimed by forest growth. Active paths stay open, maintained by the simple act of continued walking. Community, in some sense, means nothing more than this: people continuing to walk the same paths, to maintain connections through repeated use. The forest teaches patience. Trees grow slowly, adding rings year by year. Seasons turn without hurry. Seeds wait sometimes for decades before conditions align for germination. The couple's slow pace honors these rhythms, refuses the frantic rushing that characterizes so much of modern life. Chinese landscape paintings often feature small human figures dwarfed by massive mountains and ancient trees. These paintings express a philosophical position that humans belong to the landscape, exist as part of nature rather than separate from it. The couple walking this woodland path embodies this understanding, two small figures moving through something vast and old and ongoing. The path begins a gentle curve back toward where they started. Circular walks have their own satisfaction. The journey out and the return, the sense of completion. Life itself might be seen this way, a path that curves back to its beginning, though changed by the journey. Their footsteps continue, steady and sure. Each step represents choice, the decision to keep moving, to stay engaged with the walk. Persistence matters in walking as in life. Steps accumulate into miles, miles into journeys, journeys into stories worth telling. The woman's hand remains in the man's, their fingers naturally intertwined. This continuous contact provides reassurance, maintains connection even in silence. Relationships thrive on such touch, on the steady presence that wordlessly communicates care and commitment. The night deepens around them, but the couple continues, unhurried and content. They walk as humans have always walked, placing one foot ahead of the other, breathing the night air, witnessing the world's quiet beauty. The forest holds them gently, offering its ancient peace. This path, like all paths, leads somewhere and nowhere. The destination matters less than the journey itself, less than the shared experience of movement through darkness and light. The couple knows this intuitively, choosing the walk for its own sake, for the simple pleasure of being here, together, beneath trees and stars. Their journey continues beyond our sight, into the forest's deeper mysteries, into the night's unfolding story. They walk, and in walking, participate in something timeless, the human need for movement, for nature, for connection with another person and with the living world. Thank you for joining us on this peaceful journey through the woodland path. If you enjoyed this nighttime story, please subscribe to Dream Speak English for more calming tales. Leave a comment below telling us what story you'd like to hear next. Sleep well and dream of quiet paths beneath the stars.